Are you on camera, Jason?
Oh, sorry. I am. Okay, and in 3, 2, 1. So, did anyone?
Cheddar cheese girl, you South firm and you go well with wine. Oh, oh, cheddar cheese girl, cheddar cheese girl.
I'm sorry, you were saying, Jason?
I don't know. So anyone else watch anything this week?
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy season 2.
Umbrella Academy.
So I did not see it, but go ahead and talk. No, don't worry about spoilers. Go ahead.
By the time I only got the first 4 episodes in, so
I only got the first 10 episodes in.
How many episodes are there?
10.
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did all weekend.
Yeah, that's me too. I wasted. I finished with D&D at 1:00 in the morning, but I still had a beer to finish, so I decided I'd just go watch one episode and have a beer. So 3:30 in the morning rolls around, and I said, I'm drunk off my ass, and I'm like, I need to stop.
And then 5:30 comes around.
No, I did quit. But then all day Sunday, I laid on the couch and recovered, and I finished it. It got off to a great start. I really enjoyed how they kicked it off.
I agree.
And it was a really good concept. And then, of course, you got to get to the middle, and then you got to get to the end, and then you got the few plot twists, and you're like, oh, okay.
Is that how a story goes? Goes to the middle, beginning, and end?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh. And I enjoyed
if it doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and end, then it's usually not a good story.
This is a Peter Jackson movie.
Well, that has a middle, a beginning, and 6 ends.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I was actually sad to see that I finished it in 2 days. I was really disappointed with myself. I would like to spread it over several weeks in this pandemic, but unfortunately, I was like, okay, I need just one more. I
don't have the willpower to not binge, so I want them to. That's what I don't like about Netflix is they just drop everything off. So I'm like, give me 1 week. We could be talking about this every week for 10 weeks, episode by episode. Now it's like I can't even tell you what episode 4 was to know exactly where Brian is because
we actually Sean and I actually talked and Ian talked about that on Pittsburgh Nerd. Like we were talking about, is it better to have, I think Doug mentioned this even last year. Is it better to have 2 episodes drop each week or 1 a week and people talk about it for 8 weeks, or like The Mandalorian, or do you drop it all at once and then in 2 weeks nobody's talking about it anymore? Like it's really hot and heavy and then it's done.
Yeah.
I think right now especially would be the best time for them to spread stuff out because, I mean, what else is coming out on Netflix that, nothing's filming. So
nothing.
Lava.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, there's going to be a point where they're not releasing anything.
Yeah.
So, hey, see you, Doug.
I think Doug got attacked by a dog.
It sounded like it.
I'll be back.
You'd think as a mailman he'd know how to avoid that.
You would think. But did you like season 1 or season 2 better?
I think I like season 1 slightly better. I know I've seen some negative reviews on season 2, which I don't get because I really liked it.
I thought the good thing is that a lot of the characters were developed, and the problem you have with sequels is that they don't do any more character building. But dropping them back into different shades of 60, 61, 62, 60. It's like they have to reinvent themselves again. And, and so they took some of the characters that they had and they extrapolated it out. I loved a number of things that they did with the characters, and I thought it was really, really good. Like Klaus, I thought it was hilarious. Klaus was really, he was one of my favorite in season 1. But it's like, all right, what do you do with Klaus in 1961? And they do it, and I'm like, that's pretty fucking funny. But the way it ended, I will have to admit the way it ended was kind of cool because, you go back to, some of the things that, the old man said, when they're having the showdown, the big boss battle. But then at the very end where they, set up for a season 3 or set up for another sequel, I was kind of like, all right, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Is it going to be, the new big boss now as they discovered somebody else? Because, they knew they weren't, spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
They knew they weren't the only ones, right? So, and then they go back and then I was kind of like, I don't know if I like the turn that this took at the very, 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 very end. But you never know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's a setup for the next season. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a third season? Did they announce that yet?
I don't know if they have or not.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. Honestly.
The boys got renewed for a season 3. And then I thought it was kind of funny. Their promo was funny. It showed all of them and it said, the boys will be back for season 3. Don't ask us when, though. So,
did season 2 come out on that?
September. First week of September.
Damn it.
So
right.
that comes out.
I thought I missed something for a second.
No, that comes out first week of September, and then 2 episodes that week, and then one episode each week after. So it will go through October, which again is, I think, a smart move. I think it's a really smart move.
Oh, so they're I like that.
Diagnostic tool in Windows 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
Diagnostic tool in your own Windows 10 PC.
I have a Windows 10 PC going on.
They do. Use your own diagnostic tools, though.
So let's see here. We did have a poll of the week from Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast.
We had 3, didn't we?
2. Well, we did have 3.
We had one twice.
Yes. So first,
before you go into the poll,
yeah.
Something just occurred to me.
Yes.
When we talk about reviews of seasons and everything else, we never really get into in-depth discussions of any stuff like that because there's always one of us that haven't watched it yet and plans to watch it, so we don't ever really get into a lot.
You can talk about it. I'm fine with it. I'm fine. Go ahead.
That's all right. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Well, that's the thing is I don't want to talk about it in depth because our listeners are at various places in the seasons and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, what do you think about it, Doug?
I don't have Netflix anymore, so I don't know anything about it.
But you do have Disney Plus and Mulan.
That's right, for $30.
Have you even watched the first season of it, Jason?
I got through 6 episodes. I got finished.
So you got through more episodes of that than you did Jessica Jones. So
yeah, but those 5 episodes of Jessica Jones are fantastic. They are awesome. I got through 2 seasons of Daredevil. I didn't even see the season with Bullseye. I guess I should. Doug, if you don't have Netflix, how are you going to watch The Floor is Lava? How are you going to watch that?
What is that?
It's a game show where people have to jump from one end of a room to the other, and there's water underneath all this furniture and
it's
items.
lava,
and it's red, so it looks like lava. My kids are hooked on it. But Jeff had a good point the other day. Jeff, why are my kids hooked on it? Or the other week. They watch anything pointless, don't they?
Oh, well, yeah, they really... When you said they didn't like one show, I was stunned because apparently your kids watch all the people do stupid things just to do stupid things shows.
They're okay on Tag, Ultimate Tag with the Watts brothers.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It is. I can't stand it. And the Watts brothers, as much as J.J. Watt's funny, God, they're awful as announcers. Not as bad as Shane McMahon announcing Raw Underground last night, but that's a different story, right, Brian?
You mean WWE Fight Club?
Yes. First rule.
I'm not going to break the first rule, so
they already broke it. I'm just happy Shane McMahon didn't come out and beat Drew McIntyre last night for the championship. I was expecting that.
We'll save that for a pay-per-view.
That's right.
Okay, I have a quick question about that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't watch wrestling anymore, but so there was underground wrestling going on at the same time as the TV show is being filmed.
Yes. So they go into this back underneath the, I don't even know, underneath the performance center into this little warehouse, and there's a ring. There are people around the ring. Some of them wore masks, some of them didn't. There's no ropes. There's just post. There's 3 women dancing like it's 1997 Attitude Era, and basically it's fake UFC fighting. They get into the ring, and it literally took 10 seconds. The good news is Dolph Ziggler finally got a victory on Raw this year because he won last night. He was one of the competitors, and it's like okay, but it would be like,
but he was one of the underground competitors.
Yes.
So it don't count as a win on Raw. Then
I don't know what it counts as. It kind of reminds me of the old video game Def Jam Vendetta. That was kind of it. Sure. I mean, it made the Highlanders or the Viking crew or whatever they're called, made them look like badass, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Maybe. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, at this point, I don't.
Yeah. But they're going to keep continuing. The one thing, Doug, before we get to Twitter, I know you don't watch Velvet Underground Academy or whatever it is, but you do, Umbrella Academy, you do watch Holy Moly, don't you, Doug?
I'm a little behind, but yes.
Oh, my God, that is a fantastic show.
Yes, it is.
I can't get enough of it. My kid, we watch it as a family. It is Rob Riggle is hilarious.
Yes.
And who's the other guy?
Joe Tessitore might have sucked on Monday Night Football, but he's awesome on that too.
He is hilarious. Yeah, it's a great show. Holy moly, it's a fun one. I can't get. You could do 24 episodes in a season. I would watch them all over and over. And the best is that the one. Did you this week, Doug? There's a guy that I don't know what he did to the crew, but Tesserone actually called him a jackass. And he's like, well, who do you want to win? This woman or this jackass? Obviously, you don't want the jackass to win.
Wow.
Just happened. It's like you just pissed off the announce crew somehow.
Wow.
The guy had 17 cats, though.
Oh.
So,
is that something they normally do in the game, is hit cats?
No, not hit cats. They had cats. The contestant had 17 cats. Oh. Yes, Jeff, they just hit the cats with the golf balls. Let's see here. So moving on back to the Twitter poll of the week, there was a misspelling here by intern. It's the second round of Hobie's Best 1980s Toy Line. Let's see. We had number 2 seed He-Man, Masters of the Universe toys, go against number 7 seed Mask. The original poll, 50% each. They tied. Doug, who would you have got in the tiebreaker here?
Mask.
Well, we redid it again, and we sent it out, and people voted a lot more this time.
And it tied again.
No, Mask won 56% to 44%, a huge upset. Mask has not only beaten My Little Pony, has now beaten He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So there you go.
Okay, but if you send it out, can you trust those election results?
No.
Well, we don't trust the mail, so.
That's right.
Okay.
And then in a huge one here, Ghostbusters went against Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 3 versus the 2, and somehow Ghostbusters won with 52.9% to 47.1%.
Hey,
Ghostbusters
Jason,
toys. Yes.
Ghostbusters was able to pull it out because more people voted for them than TMNT.
Is that how it works?
That's how.
Really?
Just, yeah.
So if more people voted for the Turtles, would they have won?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little confused on it, but I trust you.
The Turtles weren't even on this list.
TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
The band, the Turtles, was not. They're not toys from the 80s.
I would vote for the Turtles if I knew they were.
They had toys in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
The Turtles. Okay. Them and the Monkeys.
Just you and me, and me and you.
Take the last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you
together.
I can't see me
love nobody but you for all my life.
Just some filler for you guys.
Are we ready to take that on the road?
Yeah, I can do that, Jeff. With you.
I think we need at least one more week. Just
Next
to
week?
fine-tune some things.
Next week, Last Train to Clarksville by the Beatles. Get that down. We'll get that down.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that down since it doesn't exist.
Stop it. So the semifinals will be taking place next week. It'll be G.I. Joe versus Ghostbusters and Mask versus Transformers. So there you go. Big ones there. Can Mask keep it rolling over them? I don't know. See, Doug, look at that. We're into the semifinals. I have not given up on this tournament yet. You got to make me surprised.
When we get to the finals,
you got 2 more weeks.
The finals.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I was kind of surprised I kept it going this long. I'll be honest. I didn't expect that. Let's see here. Blake, do you want to do some listener feedback over there?
Sure. Listener feedback.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead.
No sponsors this week?
No sponsors because I didn't get
sponsored by COVID.
The endorsement checks in the mail for some reason. But you know what? I'm not going to start off this first one. I'm going to have this guy read his own listener feedback.
Who?
Doug.
Number one
fans.
Formerly known as
Dad.
Number 7. Okay. After listening to last week's episode, I have to ask, can Jason read?
Not good.
That
was brutal.
He is one step above the President of the United States as far as reading comprehension.
I have the best words. I can read the best words.
Who do better in a cognitive test, Jason or President Trump?
I see a butterfly. Man,
you're stable
woman,
genius over there.
Paper, starburst. 6 hours later, man, woman, paper, starburst. I got it. Okay, good. No, I can't. I can read. I just can't say it out loud what I'm reading, Doug. That's the difference.
It gets lost in translation.
A lot does.
What
else we got?
All right, next we got from the podcast that thinks they're better than everybody else, the superiority complex. It says, what other movies need a Gone with the Wind style disclaimer added ahead of them because of outdated depictions? Oh my God, Blazing Saddles.
Everything Mel Brooks?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Varsity Blues, telling people not to give Vicodin and prescription drugs and alcohol to women to get their panties dropping. Probably not the best thing.
Yeah.
Probably not the best thing.
Last Jedi.
And
Last Jedi. Shut it.
This is not a good Star Wars movie.
Stop it.
it's not a good one. It's the best one.
According to Molly Ringwald, we probably have to put all these warnings on John Hughes movies now too.
Oh yeah.
Can we say any John Wayne film? Probably any John Wayne film.
Especially the ones where he plays Genghis Khan.
Oh. That's just insulting everyone's intelligence. Basically, Gone with the Wind on HBO Max has a little a disclaimer in the front stating, about slavery and all that stuff, and it may be racially insensitive at this time. So that's what the superiority complex is talking about. I think Blazing Saddles might be up there.
Oh, so we're only limiting this to racism. Okay, there you go.
No, I think there's anything actually at this point.
I just think people are just way too sensitive these days. Especially you got to put warnings on everything. It's insane. But then that's my own opinion. Call me outdated.
You're outdated.
Outdated.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put a warning on my own opinion.
I mean,
people are too fragile and sensitive these days. But anyways, go ahead.
I think I've been on a couple shows where you did have to put a warning on Blake's opinions.
You should probably cut it.
Can you go back and cut that out, please?
Many. Now we just, hey Doug. Now we just go. Oh, okay, Blake. Do you really want that in? Because we're cutting it right now, or at the we're not doing it again. What do you want to do? Tough shit.
That's my PG version.
That's right. What else you got?
Randall Holt. Will Halloween be canceled?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, did you see the news article? Hershey and was it who does M&Ms?
Mars.
M&M
Mars. Yeah, M&M, Mars, and Hershey. They're already not making Halloween candy with the anticipation that there will be no demand this year.
You know, we say this every week, but Jeff, don't you think 2021 is going to be better? Come on, right? Let's get to 2021, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to get past this, or at least get to something, but I'm not anticipating any time in the foreseeable future.
Okay, so
Unless we are somehow allowed to sneak into New Zealand because they beat COVID.
I think New Zealanders are just sitting back laughing at us at this point.
They are.
They're not.
Well, wait a minute. It's New Zealanders in that island of cannibals that shoots everybody with bows and arrows when everybody tries to approach.
Okay, here we go, Blake. Do you take your chance with staying in America right now with everything going on, or take a chance going to the island and hope you don't get shot?
Cannibal
America,
Island.
America or Cannibal Island right now? What's your best chance of surviving?
And for the record, Universal and Disney each have canceled their Halloween parties.
Really?
And
Kings Island canceled their Halloween Haunt and Winterfest today.
Yes.
And Winterfest? It's not even wintertime yet.
On other news, the election has been canceled too. Right? Is that canceled yet? No. Okay.
No,
there's been some.
It has not been canceled. It has just been postponed.
It's just delayed 2 months by the Postal Service.
Did you see the one somebody posted? As I said, even if it were to be canceled, he has to leave office January 20th. So then Pelosi would become president.
Yes.
That would be hilarious.
Doug, at this point, I would vote
but
for
isn't
you
her
for
seat up
president.
for? Isn't Pelosi's seat up for?
I don't know.
All House of Representatives are up for re-election.
I don't think
every
hers
2 years.
is. I know McConnell's.
Every 2 years,
Senate.
House of Representatives is up.
Yeah, House of Representatives every 2 years. Senators 6. So, but yeah, I mean, when they made Pelosi Speaker of the House, did they realize that she was third in line to the presidency, or did they forget about that shit because they don't read the Constitution?
Nobody. I read the Constitution. It says in there I don't have to wear a mask. So shut the hell up, Blake. It says in there.
You're protected by HIPAA, guys.
Herbie Hancock and Thomas Jefferson said, no man shall have to wear a mask. It's amended 23.2. No man will have to wear a mask.
Seize my mask. My mask is safe from search and seizure.
Oh, you know what actually, though, is in the Constitution is the fact that the post office has to be running and whatnot.
Yeah. You know,
okay,
They
this
can't
was brought up.
privatize the post office just because the president wants to.
But they also but it was brought up to us at a union thing where the post office is in the Constitution. It doesn't say the government has to fund the post office, though.
The government hasn't been funding it.
Correct.
Stamps has been funding it.
Correct.
I mean, I'm confused as to who thinks the government is funding it.
Right. They haven't been since the early 80s, but we need a bailout now. And, if there's nothing that says they have to.
Did you guys think about applying for a small business loan? HOBI got one.
They were out by the time we got
Does
to
the
it.
post office accept IOUs?
Hey, Doug.
Not yet, but give us a few weeks. We might.
Brian, you were in
Yeah.
charge of the small business loan. See if you can work it up that of the $3 million we got, we can loan $2 million to the post office at like 28% interest. See if you can
Okay.
do that.
Yeah,
We'll do
I mean,
that.
I don't
we could
understand.
probably just-
I don't understand how the post office can run out of money. I mean, you guys print your own stamps. Just print more stamps.
But
I don't
No
want
one's
to be paid
buying.
in stamps.
Hey,
Doug,
We can't
I
give
know-
you any cash, Doug, but you can mail anything you want for the next 3 years.
right now there's two things that every Democrat fears. It's Trump trying to cancel the election and Biden not living until November. You're gonna have a real life weekend at Biden's going on just so they can get him elected. And they're like, how come his wife and VP are constantly connected to him and walking with him?
do you think these mystery seeds that are getting sent to people, maybe it's just the post office being pissed off at the government?
Yeah, what's up with the seeds? What are those?
Those are pod people. That's the Chinese pod people. They're going to replace us.
Does it matter?
But they're not podcasters, are they?
Man. Schwarzenegger and podcasting jokes. The intern's on fire.
Oh, it's better than Dr. Seuss hats.
Doug, where's your Dr. Seuss hat? How can you go to Colorado? You're not coming back without one.
I'll see
And
what I
that
can
John Denver
find.
was full of shit.
God.
Man, he's 3 for 3 now.
Okay, what else we got? I hope that answered your question about Halloween.
There you go,
Randall.
Randall.
Actually, the question said, when will it be canceled,
Oh.
not will it be canceled.
Oh,
Still
when
didn't even
will
answer
it?
So we really didn't even answer the question.
That's par for the course, man.
Have you listened to this podcast?
So
Ah,
I'd say sometime before October 31st.
yeah. Okay. You're actually going to have to mail in your candy for Halloween. That's right.
That's how we're saving the post
That's how we're
office.
going to save the post office.
You've got to
Everybody
mail
ma-
self-addressed
Kids
stamp
right
Every
now,
envelopes
yeah,
self-addressed
to your
start
stamps
mailing them
envelopes.
out to everybody. Start mailing out your requests for candy, an envelope that says "trick or treat" and a picture of your costume, and then people then put the candy in and send it back.
Unfortunately, everybody will run out to go book a stamps and they'll run out of stamps. We haven't sold this many stamps in decades.
Yeah.
We're
You
with
know what?
Doug. We're with
You know,
ya.
you know the only candy that'll make it? Laffy
Candy
Taffy
corn?
and Thin Mints.
Oh, I was going to say candy corn because that never goes bad.
Or candy corn, yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Those orange and black wrapped candies.
Love
Oh
those.
God.
Yeah,
Oh,
will
those
never
are
go
wafer.
bad.
Oh.
What are those wafer things? What are those wafer candies?
Necco
Wait,
wafer?
Necco wafers. Hey, you're gonna have to
Oh,
break them out of the tube and stick them in there individually.
Hey, Doug, what's those Kit Kat candies called? The Kit Kat candies, What's those Snicker bars called? Those Snickers.
You know that text that's not the text, but it's underneath the text? What's that called?
Undertext.
Subtext?
I feel like we're after 345 episodes, we're hitting our stride now. We got
Just
this.
now, we're just hitting it.
We're at the pandemic peak of our potential.
Okay, moving on.
We're ready for the podcast Olympics.
That's right.
Okay.
So our next nepotism question. Steve at EILFM has a question. I mean, who would have thought he'd have a question for Hobie? And
Hey.
it has to do with 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a fantastic tease that you set us up for, Jason,
Thank you.
early in the podcast.
Could you get to the question?
From Dev, the Psy guy.
What? I thought we were going Steve. Now I'm lost.
Oh. All right, Steve. He said, how come Izzy never sends us anything? It's always Steve. All right, who
I don't know.
stars in and what is the plot for the long-awaited sequel, Come in 60 Seconds? Yes, come. Why? Because it can't be done in 60 seconds, and Come in 60 Seconds was the title for the original film in Greece. Fine. What is the title for the sequel?
I like Come in 60 Seconds.
For Gone in 60 Seconds sequel. That's what he's asking. What is the sequel titled?
Why
Gone
not
Fast.
Come in 60 Seconds?
Gone Fast. Easy.
Because it's a crossover with the Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, you said Gone Fast. I thought you said Come Fast. I was like, that's not good for anyone.
Yeah. Gone
Why
Fast.
not? Well, if you're like me, it's Back in 60 Seconds.
On the back in 60 Seconds?
No, I said back.
Okay, who stars in it?
Oh my God! Now you made it a Pornhub short.
Ron Jeremy.
Nope, he's in jail.
He's in jail.
Okay, who's the other guy?
Beaker.
The North guy. The North guy, Oliver North. What's that one
North.
guy?
Peter North is even
Peter
still
North.
alive.
That's it. I like Oliver North better. Let's put him in it.
Randy West, Steve South, and Eddie East.
Remy LaCroix. Is Remy LaCroix in there?
Oh,
Throw me down in 60 seconds.
Down in 60 seconds.
I like it. I
There you
like how
go.
we didn't even go for the sequel. We just went for the porn version.
Well, he put Come in 60 Seconds in the question. How did you not expect it to go any other way?
How could you not expect a porn parody out of this?
Okay, so I hope that answers your question.
See, that's why Izzy
Wouldn't it
should
be
set
the
question.
prequel if it was called Come in 60 Seconds?
Possibly.
Come and Gone? No.
Get out. Get out.
You know,
All right.
out
That's your
west,
that's your first miss, intern.
out west, there's a gas station called Come and Go.
Oh,
KUM.
Whoa.
are you serious?
Yes.
Ooh. Are you sure it was a gas station? What kind of deposits were you getting?
And how many glory holes are in the bathroom?
Can I pump you, sir? Could you imagine going into the bank to get a loan for that? So you want to start a gas station? Yep. What's your
Yep.
gas station called? Come and Go? Get out. Get out. Get out.
Can you imagine working for the EPA? We're here to check your underground storage tanks.
Not like the EPA's funded anymore. Come on.
That's true. It's been decimated as well. I was wondering why they were giving me mail to deliver. Like, what the hell's this?
Mail on a Sunday? It's Seinfeld. Okay.
All right, from Dev. That's a sigh from laughing. What animal would be fun to scale to the size of a horse?
Bunny rabbit.
A miniature horse?
Little Sebastian.
Little Sebastian.
A Sheffield pony?
Doug, what about you?
Just to terrorize my family, tarantula.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to go with a sloth. A sloth. Just to see it move. Something that big move that slow. I mean, I've seen Jeff move slow, but I would like to see an animal actually move slow.
Hey.
Whoa. That was quick. I'm going sloth. Or a gecko. Let's have a gecko. Why? So.
Bunny rabbit. Those would be more fun to ride than sloths.
I don't know. You're not going to fall off a sloth. A bunny rabbit you may fall off of if you don't have a saddle.
Well, I'll saddle it up.
Okay. You go saddle your bunny. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, go ahead, Blake. What else we got?
Go saddle your bunny. Title of next week's episode. All right. Or this week's episode, I'm sorry. From Professor Number One and Doctor Number One, you can take one character out of existence for any film franchise to make it better. Besides Jar Jar Binks. Well, they're fuck. I don't have an answer now. Who would you choose and why?
That's a good question. I think we had a top 5 of this one time.
Can I remove Nicolas Cage's character from every movie?
Nope, just one. Just a you gotta pick a film franchise. Ghost Rider. Pick him from Ghost Rider.
No. Although he doesn't really have franchises, does he?
He doesn't do multiple. He doesn't do sequels usually.
National Treasure.
Oh God.
That's like one of the few good ones he's
done. I like the first one of those.
Second one is
not crap.
Yeah. Book of crap. Brian, who would you take out?
James Bond. And that's the only thing that just popped in my head because I misread the question and I didn't realize it was from films only. So I had a TV character.
Who would you take out of a TV show?
Andy Bernard from The Office.
Oh, good one. Good one.
That would make The Office just enough better to where it would be almost perfect, I think.
Would you completely take him out, or would he still be like in Stamford during that season and just take him out where they were originally going to have him go when he went for his anger management?
I was going to say, you could cut off a season or two, right?
Is he more annoying than Gabe? Gabe's
not really annoying. He's just weird.
Gabe has one good scene, and that's when he dresses as Marilyn Manson for Halloween.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. That's right. Sorry, Lady Gaga. Yes. Take a drink, Brian. Take a drink. I screwed up.
I'm out. I was waiting for a spot to go refill, but we've been on such a roll that I haven't been able to find an opportunity to get away.
I'm going to take Frodo out. I'm taking Frodo out of the Lord of the Rings. Ring's done.
You know, without Frodo, Sam would have gotten that ring delivered much quicker.
That's damn straight.
Yeah, definitely.
He wouldn't have been hanging out with the Gollum that whole time.
It could have just taken those winged birds to the mountain or lava and thrown it in. You know, that's all.
Couldn't do it. The bird said no.
That was my takeaway from those 3 films I watched repeatedly. Every weekend I watch them. Every week. Actually, we watch them while Brian and I do Dungeons and Dragons. Got it.
That's just nice to have on in the background.
Yeah. I mean, just for the atmosphere, just for that. I mean, Doug came over last week. Doug, how did you like Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, did you beat it, Doug?
It was a lot easier than I thought. Who knew?
I just don't understand how it's such a profitable and large, expansive game.
You guys keep playing it over and over again. You beat it on multiple occasions.
I feel like I'm ready to move on to something else. So at this point,
he's ready for advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
I was thinking Dungeons and Dragons version 5. I mean, I guess that's next.
5e.
I don't know.
There you go.
What's the one? Pathfinder. How about Pathfinder? Can we do that one next? Blake's a big fan of that.
What about Adventure for the Atari 2600?
Oh, you know what? That's actually more difficult
it's
than
it's got dragons. It's got dungeons.
It's more difficult too than Dungeons and Dragons. Definitely a lot tougher to beat. So.
It has a key.
Which one?
Does it really have dragons? I thought it had seahorses.
It does look like seahorses.
They're the dragons of the sea, Jeff.
Well, why would they be called sea dragons?
Look, I'm not in charge of the ocean and naming the creatures of the ocean.
That's Aquaman.
Yeah, that's Aquaman's job.
Yes. I'm no Jason Momoa.
Oh.
As much as my wife would like.
That was going to be your Halloween costume this year, and they canceled Halloween. I feel sorry for your wife.
For many reasons.
If Aquaman's underwater, does he have to wear a mask?
Yes. COVID actually doesn't travel in water, so you're okay.
Yes,
you're
it does.
No, it doesn't. I saw something on Facebook.
That's why everybody was at the beach.
That's the one thing it travels in.
No. I saw it on Facebook. It's fine. Let's see. Jeff, give me some news for News of the Geek. Give me some music. Not the news.
Not the intro. You want music?
No, give me an intro.
I give you some more Cheddar Cheese Girl if you want. But,
No. Give me some music.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, that was so authentic. It sounded like you dropped the record needle on the record player before you started.
So.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to edit Izzy's introduction from last week, wasn't I?
Yeah, get up there. You had one job.
I dropped that needle.
This might be my favorite story of the week. There's been rumblings for a while that Darth Maul could return to the Star Wars universe in a live-action project, and we learned that. A series. That may indeed be something in the works on that front. Likely picking up with him before or just after the surprise cameo in Solo. In that movie, Ray Park reprised his role from The Phantom Menace, while Sam Witwer once again provided the villain's voice. However, if Darth Maul does appear on Disney Plus, it just might be without Ray Park. Because last week, the actor allegedly shared Ray Park.
I thought you said Rape Park. I'm like, what the fuck?
No. Just last week, the actor allegedly shared a video on Instagram of a woman performing oral sex on him.
What?
And though the story behind the why and how that happened is unclear. Now, LRM Online is reporting that in response to the now removed video, Disney has decided to move forward with more Darth Maul stories minus Park. So there you go. Darth Maul, Ray Park, he was sending something out in retaliation to his ex-wife. I guess they have a contentious divorce. And he sent this out, showing that he could get any girl he wanted. And that was the response, allegedly. So, yeah.
And he should lose his job for that? God.
If he worked for Pornhub, no. Disney, probably yeah. So, yeah.
Because people can't differentiate between when he's acting as Darth Maul and when he's getting a blowjob.
I told you this is a sensitive world, Jeff.
Per the Bangor Daily News, in Maine, a man who cut his neighbor's garage in half with a sawzall was on friendly terms with the man who built the structure, just not with everyone who lived on the property after he died.
I love this one. Do you see the picture of this, too?
Yes.
It's awesome.
The garage is literally cut in half. Gabriel Braun used a land surveyor's demarcation? Thank you. Between the two lots as a guide to remove half the building sitting on his land when a dispute over the boundary line boiled over. His wife, Tracy, said that her husband's actions on the day after Memorial Day marked the latest, and they hoped the final step of an often contentious relationship between her family, others in the neighborhood, and various inhabitants of the structure at 148 Grove Street, with a house next to it. Ron and her family moved back to Dover, Foxcroft, in 2012 to live in the home where her husband had grown up at 140 Grove Street. Their relationship with their neighbors was fine until the former owner of 148, Steve Ritter, died in 2016.
No relation to Jack Ritter.
That's right. Or John Ritter.
Tex Ritter.
Yeah. That's right.
Or
Ritter.
Jason Ritter.
Oh,
Or
Jason.
Kristen Ritter.
You know, he didn't have a heart transplant and a million little things.
I know he was lying.
How dare he? Ritter's wife, Teresa Ritter, took over sole ownership of 148 Grove, and while she became an infrequent resident, Braun said relations had been strained with others who have rented or otherwise frequented the building. The Brauns unsuccessfully tried to purchase the 148 property in one attempt to resolve their issues. It gained momentum, the issue, in April when the Brauns put down a load of wood chips near the previously established boundary line in order for a tractor to travel the downhill grade to the back of the lot to clean up the down trees. Steve Ritter's youngest son, Blake... Hey,
no relation.
Hey!
Oh, I thought that said Balake.
Yes, Balake. Planted a stake in the ground where the chips were placed. Two land surveyors determined that the dividing line between the properties was in the center of the 148 Grove Street driveway, basically the garage, and right through the middle of the garage. The day the day the surveyor came and set the pins, the tenants that were there packed up and moved out that night. The younger Ritter asked if he could retrieve his father's ashes from the garage. I'm just going to keep dear old dad in the garage here. We said, please do. We want our property back, and we've been paying taxes on it for years. He went over there and started throwing trash all over the place and smashing glass and taking bureaus and throwing them outside in the yard. Next day, Gabriel Braun, who works in construction, took his sawzall and skillfully cut down the half of the garage that was on his family's property, left the remains on the other side of the line. They installed a partial fence with cameras on their side and plan to extend the divider to the brook at the rear of the lot. It is a very well done cut. It really is, Blake. I have to admit, it's straight down the line.
Hey, those are good tools.
Yeah.
That's right.
His wife says, we're putting up a fence. Why? Because fences make good neighbors. That's what we learned from this. Probably a good idea.
I think someone should write a poem about that.
If you ever have a dispute with neighbor, just put a fence up.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
It said the one guy put a stake in the ground where the chips had been placed.
Yeah.
What exactly is that stake doing?
I guess he was trying to show that they were on his territory, his property.
I mean, was that going to keep the tractor from following the path or something? Maybe. Oh no, there's a stake.
Well, it could break their tire or something. Maybe. I don't know. Here's an idea: if you live in Maine, you probably shouldn't have neighbors anyways. It's Maine. There's plenty of land. Just go get some acreage.
Especially Maine, neighbors with sawzalls.
Yes, never do that. Never do that.
Make sure you don't live next to lumberjacks. That's all I can say.
And finally, Thundercats. While the United States seems like it may actually be months, years away from any new releases, China is gearing up to reopen theaters with proper safety measures installed. They actually open up this weekend. A number of big-budget Hollywood titles have secured release dates. Both Sony's Bloodshot starring Vin Diesel and Universal's Doolittle starring Robert Downey Jr. will open on July 24th. Oh, they open on July 24th. Man, that's cruel and unusual punishment. Which one do you take, Bloodshot or Doolittle? Doug, you're a big Disney fan. Doolittle's Disney, right?
No, it's not Disney.
Oh, it's Universal. I'm sorry.
It's only there in the outline.
Which of the two movies can do the worst damage to Chinese culture?
COVID started over there. We'll give you Doolittle.
Here, you take Doolittle and like it.
1917 will open this past Friday. A number of other major titles, including Fox Searchlight's Jojo Rabbit, Sony's Bad Boys for Life, and Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog. Actually, Sonic the Hedgehog did get released this week, and it bombed over there. It did not do well at all, which is a shame. It wasn't a bad film. Safety measures being implemented may be an early sign of what's to come when the U.S. Reopens theaters. They include no concessions being sold. Well, there goes their money, right, Jeff? Isn't that where
if they can't sell concessions, why bother? Because they don't make money off of ticket sales.
You could probably figure out a way to sell concessions, right? And do it safely.
I would hope so. I mean, Jesus Christ, they're just boxed candies or something.
Yeah. Unless people lick them and then throw them at other people. That could be an issue.
That could be an issue.
Put them in envelopes.
No, that's where the seeds go. We already talked about that. Temperature scans for all audience members, mandatory masks throughout the entire show, and no cinemas can book any movies with runtimes over 2 hours. Well, that goes to any Peter Jackson film for the next 2 years. And auditoriums must also be under 30% capacity in China. So, Doug, to answer your question. Hey, Doug, to answer your question, I'm renting Mulan now.
Well, they did say Mulan is going to open in China because Disney Plus isn't over there.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Is it?
Well, All I know is Nikki, our New Zealand listener, said, "Hey, we're good. Our cinemas are open normal. Why can't we get Mulan?"
It's New Zealand. They're a little bit behind the times. They just got Back to the Future 3. So, they're catching up.
No, she said they're getting
Doolittle?
New Mutants.
That's a lie. Hey, Doug, on Mulan, does that mean that I get to keep it then on Disney Plus, or is it just a one-time rental or 24 hours?
I think it's a rental, but I'm not sure. I'll try to find out.
Okay.
Yeah, I doubt you could buy it for $30.
I don't know. Brad Hargis actually sent Cinema Guys. He actually sent me that same story. He said, "Here's some material to talk about." Let's see here. Yeah, $29.9 to rent. Yeah, it's just a rent.
Just a rent. Doesn't say for how long.
Yeah. I don't know. If it was to buy, I probably would. They said they're looking at Mulan as a one-off as opposed to saying there's some new business window model. Yeah, just wait. It's going to be a new model. Let's see here. Doug, if you would have said Artemis Fowl for $30 all day long, Artemis Fowl. Did somebody hear, Brian, did you watch Fantasy Island?
Mm-mm.
Somebody saw Fantasy Island on the show. Or maybe
that was me.
Oh, well, that was you. How did you like it? Did you hate it?
I hated it because they did a plot twist on a plot twist on the plot twist on the plot twist, and you're just like, "Will you stop?"
It's $2.99 to rent. So I was thinking about renting.
Wait until it's free.
Okay.
Save your $2.99. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff,
especially if you're familiar with the original Fantasy Island.
See, I'm okay with them redoing it in a different way. I don't care. I mean, it's not like I was.
So was I, but I was open to the concept, and then it just went south really bad. I'm like, all right, that's it.
Let's
I am
see
Mr.
here.
Rourke, your host. Welcome.
Yeah, that guy who plays Mr. Rourke that everybody loved from the Marvel movies. It's kind of disappointing. His plot twist on the plot twist was pretty disappointing too.
Who plays that role?
What's his name? The guy that does the Wasp and Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd.
No, not Paul Rudd.
Michael Douglas.
No, the recount. The recap of events of he's a meme that's out there.
Michael Pena.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been interested if it was Michael Douglas or Kirk Douglas, maybe.
No, I'm actually more interested in Michael Pena than Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Jeff, let me get you some box office news. Box office news.
Thanks. Well, apparently, all those movies we read last week that were being released didn't stack up to just re-releasing stuff people have seen 100 times over. Outside number one, The Rental, and it's $290,272, a total of $888,783. Everything else is a re-release from like the 80s or 70s through 90s, I suppose.
I'm waiting to rent that when it comes out.
Bump. Number two,
5 for 6.
Goonies re-release made $150,000. See, they're rounding again. That's what I liked about this, was getting exact figures. Now they're back to rounding. But the Goonies re-release made $150,000, a total of $363,000. Jurassic Park re-release made $117,000, a total of $858,000. Back to the Future re-release made $107,000 in its opening re-release weekend. And the Grease re-release made $102,000 in its opening re-release weekend. I guess they haven't re-released Grease 2 yet, because that would do much better.
Lies.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'd like to see the royalty checks that like Michael J. Fox or Goldblum get from these, just to see what they get.
It's interesting. I wonder if they do get royalty checks or if they just their contract is just flat out fee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
That's it. I'm going to Hollywood, and I'm going to become an actor just to find out how the royalty checks work.
Mm-hmm.
Do it,
like
Jeff.
All right. Upcoming August 7th of 2020, we have Cream, America's only rock and roll magazine.
Okay. Let me get you that here. Cream explores this music magazine from its 1969 launch in Detroit to the untimely death of its publisher, Barry Kramer, in 1981. There you go. It's a documentary.
Oh. I wonder why it's called the only rock and roll magazine, because I can think of others.
I don't know.
Now I'll have to watch it to find out, huh?
Yeah.
Also opening Trump Card.
Written and directed by acclaimed filmmaker, scholar, and New York Times bestselling author Dinesh D'Souza, it's an expose on the socialism, corruption, and gangsterization that now defines the Democratic Party. Whether it is the creeping socialism of Joe Biden or the socialism, sorry, Brian, of Bernie Sanders, this film reveals what is unique about modern socialism, who's behind it, why it's evil, and how we can work together with President Trump to stop.
Say Dinesh's name again.
Dinesh.
Dinesh to what?
Shut up, Blake.
I had that pulled up, and it's like, nope, we'll let Jason do it.
His name's Dinesh D'Souza.
That was my guess. Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Go on.
Also opening this week is Sam Sam.
It's an animated film. Sam Sam seems to have it all. Loving family, great friends, and even his own flying saucer. However, he's still trying to find one thing that will make his life even better. Actual superpowers.
Well, that sounds like a more realistic movie than Trump Card.
It stars Julian Crampon, Sebastian De Solis, Felipe Spiteri. I think it might be a French film. Just a hunch.
The next one opening is Blackwater: Abyss.
Blackwater:
Deep in the forests of Australia. G'day, mate. Some friends are exploring a remote cave system when a tropical storm hits. As rising floodwaters trap them deep below the surface, something even deadlier emerges. Killer crocodile.
That sounds dumb. Didn't we just have a Killer Croc movie last year?
Yeah,
who's that star, Jason?
Yeah, fuck you. Luke Mitchell.
Oh.
Jessica McNamee. And Amali Golden. Yeah, suck on that.
I still think you got it wrong.
McNamee?
Keep going, Jeff.
Did you say McNamee?
Yes. How do you say it?
I'm guessing it's more like McNamee.
Oh, yeah, McNamee.
I mean, I don't see the name printed in front of me, but just based on how you pronounced it.
I've heard it both ways.
One is right, one is wrong, but you've heard it both ways.
You just heard it today both ways.
Also opening, The Tax Collector.
Let's see.
Boo.
Two enforcers for a crime lord face an uncertain future when an old rival reappears. Directed by David Ayer. Ayer.
You're right the first time, yeah.
Let's see. The cast includes Shia LaDouche. His character is named Creeper. So that kind of is...
So it's an accurate portrayal?
Yep. George Lopez, Bobby Soto, and Cynthia Carmona.
Carmona.
I don't like how you make fun of me, guys.
And also coming out this week, we have Made in Italy. And that's M-A-D-E, not M-A-I-D.
Oh, thank God.
Like that J-Lo Made in Manhattan movie. movie.
It's the sequel to Made in Manhattan. It's about a London artist and his estranged son try to mend their relationship as they work together to repair a dilapidated house in Italy.
You went from Italian to Irish. You went from Italian to leprechaun.
We should put one of those disclaimers up for outdated depictions on the show. We should do that.
It's me, Mario, and my Lucky Charms.
Anyways, Jeff, it sounds like a Tuscan under the Tuscan sun with a male version. It stars Liam Neeson. It's Liam Neeson. Michael Richardson. I'm going to skip the next name. Lindsay Duncan. And I'm not going to say.
Not Linda. Lindsay.
I said Lindsay.
No.
I think.
He said Lindy.
Oh. G. Gordon Lindy. Liddy is it.
G. Gordon Lindy.
You know what? Fuck you all. That's the movie's coming out. Doug, give me some top five.
Is he reprising his role from 500 Days of Summer?
Oh. Doug,
top five, top five, top five, top five, top five.
Oh, he said it 5 times.
Like
Genius.
Yes, yes.
It's no Schwarzenegger joke, but it's close. Let's see here. Top 5 this week is top 5 new names you would give to a professional sports team. So there you go. Where we got Doug, what's your number 5? So you can take any professional sports team, and there's a lot of them that are going to be changing names now.
It has to be professional.
Yes. So you get
collegiate doesn't count.
If you want to do collegiate, then I don't care.
I didn't, but
okay.
It was the ones I looked at. But.
Okay. So yeah. So there you go, Doug. What's your number 5?
I don't really have a good list. I was working. Some of us work, but my list sucks. I'll tell you that now. But I'm going to change the Minnesota Wild to how about the Minnesota North Stars?
Oh, I like it.
I think people in Dallas may be upset.
Complain.
Screw them.
Well, they shouldn't complain because they stole that team anyway.
Let's see here. Brian, what's your number 5?
All right. So for my list, I went back and looked at potential names for franchises that didn't get chosen.
Damn.
What they did get chosen. And so that's how I went with my top 5.
Wow.
He did work on this.
Best damn intern in the business.
That's right.
MVP award going your way, I think.
Let's see. Number 5, the Vancouver Grizzlies would be renamed the Vancouver Mounties.
Oh, okay. Dumb question here. Does Vancouver still have a basketball team?
No, they're in Memphis now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes,
Well, it'd be the Memphis Mounties. That'd be even better.
I like it.
I feel like if they were named the Mounties, they might have stuck around a little bit longer.
They would have moved them.
I think Canada would have embraced them more.
A little bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like bears up there.
It worked out well for the Jazz. They never moved from New Orleans. I mean, they stayed there. So
Hey,
the Phoenix Jazz is the worst name
Utah
that a thieving city can take. I mean, the New Orleans Jazz. I mean, think about New Orleans. You lose your NBA team to Phoenix.
You realize that these are going to be talked about later on these lists. I hope you realize that.
And then you call them. Then you get a new team and you call them the Pelicans.
No, they called them the Hornets for a while until they realized that has nothing to do with New Orleans. So they released the Hornets name and picked the Pelicans, which at least has something to do with New Orleans and the state of Louisiana.
You mean they couldn't do the Hornets because Charlotte already had that?
No, they were the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets moved. The Charlotte Hornets moved.
Basketball's not our strong suit on this show.
What?
Well, you already put the Jazz in Phoenix, so I can't expect a lot from you.
Well, who's in Charlotte now?
The Hornets are now in Charlotte.
But
But they were the Bobcats until
That's right.
the Pelicans released the name.
This is why I don't follow the NBA.
So, is there a Pelicans team still?
Yeah.
It's the New Orleans
New
team.
Orleans.
Gotcha. Okay, so anyway,
So,
Blake, what's
I
your
know
number
it's
5?
not going to be on Jason's list.
Blake, what's your number 5?
Well, my number 5 has a long story behind it. You know,
Okay,
maybe
so my number 5 is...
That's right. But I'll sum it up for you.
Oh, God.
You know, because due to what the perceived insensitivity of the Cleveland Indians, there was a gentleman that made a Cleveland Indian shirt that was called the Caucasians, and it just had a average white guy to be replacing, Chief Wahoo, and they call it the Caucasians. And so his effort in order to try and bring, attention to everybody in regards to the insensitivity of Wahoo and the name, he started making these shirts called Caucasians. Unfortunately, it had a reverse effect. Everybody liked it, so they started buying these Cleveland Caucasian shirts. So, Cleveland Caucasians, number 5.
I'm offended by that.
Well, if you remember my top 5 list of things I don't give a fuck about.
My number 5 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just going to rename them the Pittsburgh Unethical Behavior. That's it.
All right, damn it. You stole my number 4.
What is your number 4?
The Schittsburg Stinkers.
Okay, well, that works. Let's see here. To go along with that, my number 4 is the Cincinnati Bengals. They're now just known as the Cincinnati
5. Thanks, Jason.
Oh, sorry. What's your
The
number
Phoenix
5,
Jazz.
My number 5, I hobied this.
Of course.
I picked the LA Lakers, LA Dodgers, and LA Clippers.
LA stole a lot of teams.
Yeah. And, pretty much the teams that, you steal from another city and don't bother to change the name that doesn't fit the new city but fit where they came from.
Yeah, there's not a lot of lakes in LA.
Lakes and Dodgers have to do with the trolley cars in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn
And
Dodgers.
the Clippers came from San Diego because of their big naval
sailing
there and whatnot.
So what'd you change them to?
I would change them something along the lines of the
traffic
thieves
jam
or the repurposers.
The repurposers.
Some type of piratey, buccaneery type language, because that's all they do is steal other cities' teams.
Helicopter pilots.
Too
Boo.
soon.
Boo.
I'm sorry. This is the line we draw now. I'm sorry. Number 4.
And my number 4, along those lines, I also then picked the Utah Jazz, and I would name them the Lakers, since they got a big Salt Lake there.
Could have gone Sister Wives, but I like that.
Why wouldn't it be Utah Salty Lakers?
It could be. I have no problem with the Salty Lakers.
Doug, you're a Utah Jazz fan. Which one do you go to? Salty Lakers or Lakers? Which one do you pick?
Neither, because I got a trade coming up.
Okay.
Intern, trademark that.
Salty Liquors?
Salty
Done.
Lakers.
I
Salty
TM'd
Lakers.
it.
Thank you.
Let's see. My number 4 is the Cincinnati Bengals. Just go straight to the Cincinnati disappointments. That's all it is. It's just straight disappointments. I can't anymore. I can't.
You stole my number 1.
What is that?
Oh, I'm going to save it.
Okay. Your number 5 or your number 4, Blake, was Schittsburg.
Schittsburg Stinkers.
Brian, what's your number 4?
The Florida Marlins would have been named the Florida Flamingos.
Jeez. Well, that fits, actually.
I like it.
So would they be changed to the Miami Flamingos now?
Yes.
Did anybody ask if the Dolphins, gave permission to Miami?
Welcome to Miami.
You mean
I mean, how many dolphins do you actually see?
Itself?
How many dolphins do you actually see wearing helmets?
That is
How
not on
many
there.
fish do you actually see wearing helmets?
That is
The
not
orig-
on their logo anymore. They removed
Yeah, the original logo. They had to take it off. I guess there was some kind of tuna thing or something. I don't know.
Doug, what's your number 4?
We should repurpose this podcast.
I'll go with number 4, Carolina
That's a good number.
Hurricane. You keep them in Carolina, but you call them the Hartford Whalers.
Oh, I like it.
Change approved.
And is it me again?
Yep.
Okay. So I have a trade. So the New Orleans Pelicans trade their name to the LA Lakers, who in turn trade their name to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who then in turn trade their name to Utah, and then Utah trades the Jazz to New Orleans.
Okay.
The 4-team trade. So
That's
you
how
end-
NBA trades go.
now?
That's how NBA trades work.
So you end up with the LA Pelicans, the Minnesota Lakers, the Utah Timberwolves, and the New Orleans Jazz.
I like that.
That's why we trademark my Utah Salt Lakers, because they're gonna get stuck with that name and then.
And then Kurt Rambis gets traded somewhere in there too, right? Because he's always thrown in.
Yes, I think he's thrown.
They always throw Kurt Rambis in.
Who gets Robert Ory?
Brian, whatever your name is. What's your number 3?
Number 3, the Atlanta Falcons would have been the Atlanta Peaches.
Nothing too sinister about peaches.
Now I can't hear peaches without thinking of the Rockford Peaches from A League of
Yeah.
Their Own.
Yeah,
Atlanta
true.
Falcons is my number 2 on the list. I'll get to them though. Blake,
They would
what's
have
your
had their
number
own
3?
theme song by the presidents of the United States of America.
That's true.
Peaches for you, peaches for me. What's your number 3, Blake?
My number 3, the Baltimore Ravens should just be called Murderers.
Not even the Baltimore
Alleged.
Murderers?
No, just Murderers. That's it.
Like MARTYRS or MURD?
Murderers?
Murderers.
I can see how you mix those up, Jason. I really can.
I can't. My number 3.
I mean, they got a statue out front already. They can just slap Murderers across it.
and put a white jacket on it.
That's right.
Mine is the Redskins, Russian Redskins. Jeff, this is just for you because we should just move the Redskins, the Russian Redskins out.
I thought you wanted to change their name to the Washington Redskins.
Washington.
No R. Silent
No,
R,
he wants
Jason.
to add the R.
The Southwest Ohio Wash.
You know what?
It's a silent
That's all
R.
better than what I had. You're done. That's it. That's it.
The Washington Ironmen.
There you go. That's it.
Armin. The Washington Armin.
R.
You know what? Change approved. Jeff, I was going to move them to Portland Woodpeckers, but fuck that. I like this better. Blake, what's your number 3?
Murderers.
Oh, yeah.
How about Jeff?
How about my number 3? My number 3, I would change the name of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim
Ugh.
to the Anaheim Angels.
I'm with you on that.
Because that is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
Would you put the angel wings on the A on their hat? Would you go back to that?
I'm not opposed to it, or you get somebody to design something new. I don't care. You can't have two fucking cities in the middle of your team.
You could have like the devil falling as the fallen angel, to hell. That could be kind of a cool thing. Make the angel seem more impressive. No.
But then the New Jersey Devils would fight them for that.
Fuck the New Jersey Devils. Fuck them. What's your number 2, Jeff?
My number 2, I hobied this one.
Okay.
There are two baseball teams, one major league, one minor league.
Mm-hmm.
The Tampa Bay Rays and the Louisville Bats.
Okay.
I would name them the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the Louisville River Bats. Because that's what they used to be, and that's what they should still be.
I thought you were going to say Louisville Devil Bats. That's what I thought you were going with, too.
No, going back to River Bats was a better name than just Bats.
The Devil Rays is a better name, too. I like that one.
I know. Yeah, it's like, would you rather be a Devil Ray or, like, just, a beam of light? Yay.
Which one?
Or do they just have a bunch of guys named Ray on the team?
Which one? Ray, baseball Ray. Which one killed Steve Irwin? Those are pretty deadly.
I think it was a Manta Ray.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that then. Tampa Bay's Manta Rays.
And they could use Manta Ray from Space Ghost.
I don't think that's the same. I don't think it's the same.
What about Black Manta from Aquaman?
Ooh, even better.
You know what, Doug? They could because he wasn't in Aquaman, so they didn't use him, right? So Major League Baseball could. Let's see here. Number 2 is Atlanta Falcons. I feel like they should go with something that Atlanta is more known for. So I'm going Atlanta Falcons become the Atlanta Strippers. I feel like that's more... Everybody knows Atlanta has good strip clubs or seedy strip clubs. And I feel like that would
and their advertisement would just be, make it rain.
I like it. And then when they if they won a Super Bowl, it could be like a couple of Super Bowls, it could be change over to make it rain, REIGN. See, you change it.
Yeah.
I feel like you at least not only do you change it to a fun name, you also promote the city. You promote some attractions in the city. So there you go. That's my number 2. Like, what's your number 2?
The New York Yankees should change their name to fucking Yankees.
Just fucking Yankees?
Fucking Yankees.
Okay. Like it. What we got? Brian.
Right.
Number 2, the Jacksonville Jaguars would have been named the Jacksonville Stingrays.
I think I like the Jaguars better, actually.
I like the Jaguars name better, but couldn't they come up with a better helmet design? That Jaguar doesn't look good. You know what I mean?
And they fucked up their two-tone helmet designs.
Yeah, that weird ass gold black.
It could have looked real cool, but they screwed it up.
Oh, it was horrible.
My son really wants to go to their stadium just to go swimming in the pool and watch the football game. That's all. He's like, we need to either go there or Arizona and go to the pool in Arizona for baseball. I was like, I don't think I have a couple $1,000.
Did you tell your son you got a pool in your gated community?
They just reopened it after a neighbor got an attorney involved. This is the hill they died on.
Open that pool. That's right.
Got an attorney, and then the HOA is like, fuck it. Go ahead. Keep it open 6 weeks. Have a good day. You guys are in charge. And then the best part is the first day that it was open this past Saturday, they had to delay it by 3 hours because they didn't have the Clorox wipes didn't show up.
Well,
and then every kid out there got COVID. So
we're not going to be seeing Clorox wipes till 2021.
I was going to say, they actually found Clorox wipes? I'm pretty impressed.
Well, it was a wipe, like some sanitizing wipes. I went to the grocery store.
Clorox wipes.
I on my click list where you pick up the groceries at the Kroger's. I have a running thing on the grocery list of like Clorox wipes. And this week they actually came out. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we had to substitute. We gave you Lysol wipes." I don't care. I'm just shocked that they had them. So
Target and Walmart have been getting them in. I think they limit you to 1 or 2 per person, but yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, we have some, but it was like,
dude,
man.
It'd
be nice to get some new.
Take that a block down the street, open up a stand, and start selling that shit for $50 a pack.
Or I'll ask anybody who finds extra. I'll gladly take them and donate them to some of my teacher friends who need them.
Oh, thanks, Brian. Make us all feel bad.
Why would they need them? They're not teaching in school this year. The school's been canceled.
Yeah, right. I personally think they should just say, you know what, everybody, we're taking the year off. Come back next year ready to learn.
It's like a football contract. It goes to the next year.
Since nobody's allowed to use hydroxychloroquine, why don't they just buy up all that and rub it all over the desks?
I think devil semen might work too. I've heard devil semen might work. So
Yeah, the problem is trapping the devils.
they're in
Yeah,
New Jersey.
New Jersey's going to be pissed about that.
Oh, fuck
They're
New
not
Jersey.
exporting it out of New Jersey.
Doug, what's your number 2?
Okay, first off, I did find the hat I grabbed from some pothead in Colorado. It wasn't a Dr. Seuss hat. It was
I'm so disappointed.
a chicken hat.
There you go.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. My number 2, going back to the NBA, and this team just kind of half-assed their name. Everybody knows what they're talking about. So the Orlando Magic will become the Orlando Magic Kingdom. That's what. Yeah, come on. You know that's what they were saying.
I'm okay with that, actually. I don't care
They
at this
were
point.
saying.
It's the NBA. Nobody cares.
That's a good point.
Is Scott Skiles still on the team? Is Scott Skiles?
Scott Skiles?
Yeah. Is he still on the team?
No.
I don't even know who he is.
Is Penny Hardaway?
No, he coaches Memphis in college.
Little Penny is though.
Little Penny Hardaway.
I did hear from a reliable source that the security for the bubble on the NBA is extremely tight, and they're using like drones to keep people out. As far as watching. Yeah.
And don't go to
Are the
strip
drones
clubs.
armed?
That I do not know.
Have they cleared out the ponds of alligators so the players are safe?
No, they're keeping the ponds of alligators so the people trying to sneak in won't get past them. The alligators are the first line of defense.
That
It's
makes
like the animals in Yellowstone. It's okay. Let them kill.
Several years ago, a little child got pulled in by an alligator.
Yes.
You guys are just cruel. You
Sorry.
guys are cruel, man.
Sorry.
Well, that's why we have that warning at the beginning.
If only Disney had a warning on a sign that alligators are there.
You guys want to talk about some animals, go check out Yosemite.
Doug, what's your number 1?
My number 1, it's almost people probably think this is their name anyways because it's used in conjunction so much. So I'm going to go with the New England Super Bowl champs. It's just, let's just get it out of the way. It happens so often, people probably think that's their name anyways.
Boo.
You mean the cheaters?
They're not going to win any more Super Bowls without Brady.
Jarrett Stidham, man. Jarrett Stidham.
Godzilla.
Hey, you remember they had to change their name from the Boston Braves because nobody was rooting for them because they sucked so bad. So they had to suck in the entire Boston Patriots. Yeah. So they had to suck in the entire New England. Say, well, maybe we call them the New England Patriots. Everybody will enjoy it.
Well, but we left Boston.
They moved to Foxborough.
But we got the colors wrong. They're all red coats.
I asked this in the beginning of the podcast, and I was joking. Now I'm kind of serious. Are you high, Blake?
I should be.
Just asking.
I keep screwing names and shit up. That's all right.
Now playing the role of Jason this week is Blake.
How many wrong pop culture references can I make in a podcast?
I hit 19 once.
There you go.
What is a low?
Yes, that's my under. Over whatever. Brian.
I have my own drinking game. Every time Brian shakes his head at something you say, you take a drink. It's comical to watch him.
Does Dr. Dana get tired of taking care of your drunk ass, Brian, every Tuesday night?
She goes to bed at like 9:00, so I'm on my own.
See, Doug, because of COVID, we haven't had family get-togethers. So don't you just miss it?
Yeah, I'll be over this weekend. Or no.
Moana weekend, whenever Moana's open.
Mulan, yeah, September 4th.
Or Mulan, not Moana.
Yeah.
Now I'm faulty.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up because now everybody's just starting to be affected by you, Jason.
We tried.
I'm contagious. Go ahead, Brian. What's your number one?
I will keep it in the Boston area and go with the Celtics. They would have been named the Boston Unicorns.
Love it. Love that's better than Celtics.
Blake, what's your number one?
I can't take credit for number one, but it is a term of endearment we have used over the several years, being Browns fans transplanted into the Cincinnati Bengal empire down here. We always refer to the Cincinnati Bengals as the Benjis.
Like the dog?
Yes.
Or the $100 bill?
No. The dog, Benji. The Cincinnati Benjis.
Okay, so my number one. That was kind of disappointing. Huh.
Oh, it's not a fierce cat. It's a small little dog.
Wow.
Smaller than
But
a
isn't the Browns
Browns
logo
dog.
a dog too?
Smaller than a
No,
Browns
their
dog.
logo is an elf.
Oh, my bad.
Brownie.
Which Brian and I and Doug played in Dungeons and Dragons this week. We were an elf, a Cleveland Browns elf.
Oh, I thought you were a brownie. Never mind.
Whatever. My number one, Doug, I'm with you. The Dallas Stars.
Mhm.
Fuck that team. They should have never left Minnesota. So
Mhm.
fuck them.
Didn't
But
they
since
lose after
Minnesota-
they just won an NHL Stanley Cup? Or was it
No.
like a year or two after
They won.
moved?
Dallas won. Yeah, the
They
2
won
years
shortly after they moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They got murdered.
after. Yes, martyred.
Murdered.
So Dallas Stars, they can go fuck themselves, and then NHL can too because of that. So since Minnesota already has a team, they're now Dallas Stars are now the Quebec Nordiques. Move them back to Quebec. So I'm done with it. Move them back up to Canada. So fuck you, Dallas Stars.
The Quebec?
Quebec. The key.
I'm not familiar with that province.
Oh Lord.
It's next to Newfoundland, so you're fine.
Ah,
You're fine.
Toronto is right around the corner too.
Jeff, what's your number one?
My number one, I'm gonna keep it here locally in the city,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna pick FC Cincinnati.
The football club, Major League Soccer.
The
Okay.
Major League, well, because like fuck you calling yourself the football club. Because one, you're in fucking Major League Soccer, you're a soccer club, and two, we're in fucking North America. We give our teams nicknames. Don't be douches. Give yourself a nickname. You got a mascot that's like a crowned lion or something. So be something about royalty or lions or something. I'd be fine with the Cincinnati Royals, bringing back the old basketball team name. But
There you go.
something,
Didn't the Royals
pick
become?
something.
What did the Royals become again?
The Kings?
There you go.
Yeah. Did they go straight to Sacramento or was that
Yeah.
St. Louis?
No, they went to Kansas
Right.
City.
Way to
Kansas
go,
Kansas City and Omaha.
California.
Yeah.
California
Kansas City /
stealing our
Omaha.
teams again.
Yeah, California's stealing our teams, I tell you.
There's no original team in California. They just steal all their shit.
The Ducks are original to California. The
So are the
White
Sharks.
Ducks.
Let's see. So we had a couple people. We had
Wait, original to California? No, they stole them from a movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. But the team, they didn't take the team of.
They were
youth.
repurposed.
It was not a youth league
No.
team. They just took the name from the youth league team.
Oh, okay.
I did have one honorable mention. I thought about the Dallas Cowboys. They can keep their name and everything, but they changed their uniforms to the one in Any Given Sunday, the big yellow and black. That's why I
The
want them to do.
Crusaders.
Yes.
So Dallas was on my list as the honorable mention. It would have been, instead of the Cowboys, they would have been the Steers.
Ah.
That was the other name they were up for.
My honorable mentions, I had the Arizona Cardinals, because I don't think you really get many Cardinals in Arizona. So
Yeah, I think that's bullshit.
go for
Arizona.
like Roadrunners or some bird.
I would have
that
been
lives
fine
out
with the
there.
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
And the Houston Texans.
Mhm.
Stupidest name ever. be anything else other than
Oilers.
You know, they're going
Oilers
to put
are fine
an
with
expansion
me.
franchise in Columbus. They're going to be called the Columbus Ohioans.
It's possible.
Let's see here. Brian Auer, number one Star Wars fan. He had the LA Chargers go to the LA credit and debit. Right, credit debt.
Credit debt.
Credit debt. Woo, LA credit debt. Dallas Cowboys go to the Dallas Urban Country.
Again, LA steals the Chargers from San Diego.
San Diego stole them first.
They did? Are you sure?
The first season, 1960, they were in LA, and then 61, they went to San Diego.
They weren't the New Orleans Jazz?
No.
And San Diego doesn't even care. They're like, fuck it.
I looked that up. Yeah, I looked that up because I might have put them on my list of all the other LA teams stolen, but they were officially the LA.
Okay. So they're back home.
Brian has Cincinnati Bengals become the Cincinnati Exotics now in chaps. I like that. I like that they play in chaps. No, everybody would love to see Andre Smith in chaps. The Florida
years
Marlins
ago when he played here, yeah.
Cincinnati.
Eli Jones.
Well, considering the number of guys that look like Joe Exotic that go to your games.
Oh, okay. That's not, that's only in Cincinnati. Come on. You know why you can't see anybody's faces in Cleveland? Because they all wear bags over their heads, Blake. So calm down. You don't know if they look like Joe Exotic.
At least we got it right.
You did win the Super Bowl in the preseason last year. You did win the Super Bowl in the preseason. Florida Marlins become Florida need to wear mask men. Like that. And the Washington football team become the Monuments. Let's see here. Dev. He has the Washington. Now you guys are just fucking around with me. Football team becomes the Rednecks. Atlanta Braves become the Atlanta Hillbillies. Cleveland Indians become Cleveland Whiteys. Chicago Blackhawks become Chicago Crackers. And Kansas City Chiefs become the Kansas City Honkies. So I sense a theme here. You know what? No one had well, I guess it's not a professional team. Technically. Notre Dame, I mean, they're the Fighting Irish. Can we get rid of that? I think that's next, too. So fuck them.
I think the Irish would be upset about that.
We're okay with that.
Irish Catholics are for it.
Unfortunately, you got to root for Notre Dame. Ugh. Let's see here. Bad idea of the week. Number 50,001. Asking Jason to read out loud. So there you go. Let's see here. Doug, thanks for showing up.
Hey, no problem.
Anytime you want to come on, you have an open invite. Come on in. Especially since the post office is gone, you can just show up. You got nothing else going on. We'll pay you in stamps. That's one better than intern gets.
Ever since the new postmaster general came in and said he was going to cut overtime, I'm getting more overtime than I've ever had.
Did you say nude or nude?
New.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you're getting the money. You're working more overtime, but are you getting the money for the overtime?
That remains to be seen.
Let's see here. Let's see. I'm sorry. Titles for the show? Does anyone have anything?
I got some.
Go ahead, Doug.
Go ahead. Okay. I got, do they normally hit cats? Go saddle your bunny. On the back in 60 seconds. It's me, Mario, and me Lucky Charms. And the LA Repurposers.
Jeff?
I had sensitivity warning, Dr. Seuss hats, I feel sorry for your wife, Mario and his Lucky Charms, the best damn intern in the business, the Salty Lakers,
Trademark.
and some kind of tuna thing.
Let's see.
Go
Go ahead. No,
okay.
Go ahead.
I had asking for a friend, check is in the mail, Dragons of the Sea, man, woman, paper starburst, Cannibal Island, Call Me Outdated, and Salty Liquors.
Let's see. I also had Dragons of the Sea. Repurpose our podcast. Jim started COVID. This podcast is an outdated depiction.
Kind of wordy.
I kind of like
stupid people doing stupid things. The intern explains jokes. And we've just hit our stride.
I like that one. Anybody got anything? What do you think? Doug, what was a few of yours? I liked yours.
Do they normally hit cats?
I do like that one.
Go saddle your bunny.
That's it. That's the one. Go saddle your bunny. I do like that. Jeff, anything special you like that stands out?
I liked what Brian said, the stupid people doing stupid things.
Okay.
Sounds like a good title. And the title he read that you said was too long.
This podcast is an outdated depiction.
Yes.
Yes, I like that.
I think the title has the warning in it, and
it's got to be right on the nose for everybody.
So stupid people doing stupid things is it. Okay, sounds great.
It's not really how a democracy works, Jason.
I have the best word.
I thought it was Mario and his Lucky Charms.
Like Mario and his Lucky Charms.
It's me, Mario, and me Lucky Charms.
Anyways, so stupid people, stupid things. Anyways, Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yosemite.
I cut you off just in time.
Yeah,
Still on the Facebook or the recording, the video recording.
that was a good thing you didn't ask him to repeat the Okefenokee Swamp.